Folks, hey, welcome to another edition of What the Hell Did I Just Watch? This time we're going to be focusing on Tubi as they have added some really interesting films and potentially great films, along with several movies that I added. I believe they were in Tubi already. I just hadn't seen them before, so I added them. So, we've got a variety here. But let's start off with one of the strangest films I've seen in a while, and I'd never heard of it before, even though it's from 1985. Perhaps it was released under another name, but they have it under Evils of the Night, 1985. Now, this film could almost be a softcore porn film. There is so much nudity and sex in the first, I don't know, 20 minutes that it makes Friday the 13th look like Little Orphan Annie. I'm telling you right now. Let's take a closer look at it. It does start, and one of the things too is that it stars. There's Julie Newmar right there, and she's looking really hot, leggy. I'll tell you, right there, 1985. And here's what it says: a sci-fi horror classic about a group of alien scientists who kidnap vacationing teenagers for experimentation with botched and bloody results. And of course, yeah, this Julie Newmar is one of the alien scientists. Oh, yes, abduct me, please, Julie. And also, it stars the fabulous Tina Louise. She's another alien scientist, and she's really looking great too. Okay, this is many, many years after Gilligan's Island. She's looking really good. Aldo Ray, John Carradine, Neville Brand, Carrie Emerson. And I'm not saying this is a good film, but I am recommending that you watch it if you just want to sit there and be kind of stunned at why you'd never heard of this film. I mean, it certainly is not as bad as many low budget 1980s, horror films, teen exploitation films, if you will. So yeah, yeah, you know, it's worth watching. I mean, as I say, it's a bit of a warning. It's a hard R. It is an absolute hard R rating because teens are screwing and they're naked. So there you go with that. And they have also, you may also like, we have to go down here and check this stuff out. Death Spa, of course, Death Spa, 1988. Never saw that cover before. It's kind of catchy, kind of a catchy cover there. You'll sweat blood. Four MILFs versus zombies. Okay. Yeah, I think we covered Argento's Dracula. So let's go back here. Recommended Evils of the Night. And then we come to 2018's Mandy. Oh, Mandy, you came and you gave without taking. No, I'm kidding. That is not in this film. The great Harry Manilow hit is not in Mandy. But Nicolas Cage is, folks. And of course, he is his cagey best. Yeah, I mean, he's just, he tears this thing up. Let me just read the description here first. When a nightmarish cult attacks Red and Mandy, the shocking assault leads to a I'm sorry, God, spiraling, surreal, bloody rampage of all-out mind-altering vengeance. Okay, the film looks really. I've seen it. Film looks really good. They use a certain technique in this film where you have images that are just shown on the screen, like singular images, and they're kind of in a slow motion. They're not really in slow motion. The people just aren't moving. It's just a weird technique, and I think they overdo it, and that's my only complaint with this. They just, there is. Look, when shit goes down and things are happening, and Nicholas Cage is battling with his freaking giant chainsaw, man, that stuff is just awesome. I think it's occasionally kind of slow paced. That's all I'm going to say about it, but absolutely worth seeing. Mandy 2018. Okay, now we come to this kind of a mixed bag. Surviving SuperCon is a documentary about SuperCon Miami. It's just a huge Comic Con, you know. They get 50 plus thousand people and stuff. And it's kind of like, the day in the life where they cover uh, one of the SuperCons and the trials and tribulations of running one of these mammoth festivals. So that's what that is. And it's good, for say if you want to see, get some behind the scenes looks at some of the hijinks that goes on. It's good. Recommended 2021, pretty new documentary. So I would recommend it. Now, what's really interesting here, and they mentioned this in SuperCon, the guy that runs these things wasn't really too pleased with SuperCon 2018 uh, for various reasons. Okay, he didn't like that they actually used the name for the mythical convention in this film, and so there was some, I guess, some animosity there. But I'll tell you, SuperCon is very funny. It is just a straight up comedy. It takes place, of course, at a convention, comic book convention, Comic Con. And let me just read the description here. No one puts comic convention cosplayers in a corner, especially not a sketchy promoter and a narcissistic celebrity who are in for a super takedown. And indeed, it is. It's just it's a lot of great hijinks behind, what, how should I say this? Uh, it's, it's, it is kind of a crazy satire. I mean, it doesn't go that far, but there was supposedly an incident at another convention of a heist. So a convention got ripped off for a lot of money. And so this is kind of a crime comedy caper. I don't want to, I just want to be careful what I'm saying because I don't want to give anything uh, away, but it's funny. The cast is great. You've got John Malkovich, okay, as an artist, of course, who got ripped off, and he's really good. Mike Epps, really great. Maggie Grace, all of these guys are great. Clancy Brown is awesome as a sleazy convention star. He's like a TV star who comes in. People line up and he makes $75 an autograph and all this shit. And he's just great, man. Clancy Brown is such a great actor. He should be in bigger films. Oh, well, I mean, he has been. I'm not saying that he should. He should actually be headlining more films. He is just a really great actor. You may recall him in John Dies at the End. He's fantastic. If you haven't seen that, it's also on Tubi. Great film. Ryan Quanten is in this. You may recognize him from Blood. This guy. Russell Peters, Zach Newton, and Tyrone. Tyrone, the big black guy wrestler who is on the Gutfeld show most of the time, a lot. He's in this as well, and he's pretty hilarious. He doesn't have a huge role, but it's great. It's a juicy one. So the characters are all great. Some of the scenes are fantastic. And I highly recommend it. SuperCon, if you want to laugh, have a good laugh, and if you're into comic book conventions, and this is something you should probably check out because as far as I'm concerned, I've been to a lot. I've been to a lot of conventions. I've been to a lot of film festivals and so forth. And it's right on the money on a lot of topics, So it does not disappoint. SuperCon 2018, check it out. Okay, next we go to a really weird ass movie that I just watched, as a matter of fact, last night. Arctic Void. I'm a sucker for films with void in it. Okay, as we will see soon enough. 2022 Arctic Void drama mystery thriller. Oh boy, is it? Okay, and about the only thing I can say about this is that it's worth watching. It was kind of frustrating. Here's the setup. All but three men vanish from a tourist trip. I'm sorry. Oh boy. Let me start over. All but three men vanish from a tourist ship in the Arctic, and fear becomes the master when a dark truth emerges that compels them to ally or perish. Ally or perish, whatever. So it's really well done. The acting is very good. The story is very good up to a point. That's all I'm gonna say. If you like those weird types of films where it's like, okay, what is going on? How did that happen? This is the kind of film for you, although you might be pissed off at the ending. That's all I'm gonna say about that. Okay, the void, the Arctic void. Sorry. Okay, and here's a good one. Maps to the Stars, 2015. Of course, David Cronenberg with a very good freaking cast. God, I just love this film. It's just another. What am I saying? I basically love every Cronenberg film. So whenever you name it, I'm probably love it. A tragic comic portrait of an entrenched Hollywood family and its relentless pursuit of fame and personal redemption, while dogged by a hidden history, and that is just he Cronenberg nails it on so many levels in this film. The cast, of course, Julianne Moore, Mia Wasikowska, Olivia Williams, Evan Bird, Sarah Gadon, John Cusack, Robert Pattinson. Stellar lineup, man. You gotta check it out if you haven't seen Maps to the Stars. See that film? It's just, it's largely a shred of Hollywood. Let's just put it that way. Cronenberg's going for the jugular on that one. So, okay, let's move on up to a very good horror flick, kind of like a psychological, like an experiment in terror. Really interesting film called The Bellco Experiment, 2017, with that guy. I keep forgetting his fuck. What? He's not even listed in the damn. Okay, that's John. Oh, shoot. I'm gonna have to look this up, folks, because I cannot believe he's not. He is one of the headliners. They have John Gallagher, Tony Goldwyn, Adria Jonah, Brent Sexton, and Michael Rooker. Now, Michael Rooker is, yeah, he's not in this as much as the other chap who is an awesome actor. I keep wanting to say John McGinnis, but I think I'm wrong. But maybe it's John Gallagher. God. Oops. Something's coming on. Okay. You see, they're tricky, aren't they? They start when you leave and they just want to screw with you. All right, here we go. I guess that is. I guess it's John Gallagher. Why am I thinking that he's another guy? This cat. God, they don't kind of light on the. That's not John Gallagher. John McGinley. This chap, man. He is so good in this film. In the Belko Experiment. God, and they don't even list him. What the hell is going on with that? It's a crime. In any case, great film. These white collar workers working primarily English or American are in Colombia. They're working for a company. They're in a high rise in Colombia, and this high rise is separated like it's remote, right? It's not in a city. It's out in the, kind of in the boonies, and they're just working. It's they've got their job. They're doing their thing, and suddenly they find themselves trapped inside this high rise, and some sadists are telling them what to do. Basically, they start demanding things of them, including like, hey, you need to kill some of your fellow coworkers, or you're all going to die, stuff like that. So, in that regard, it's a kind of an intense psychological thriller, and I highly recommend it. The Void. Hey, here's another Void film. You guys have all seen this, of course. 2017, The Void, very Lovecraftian cosmic horror kind of flick, and highly recommended. Right, kind of low budget, but what they do with the money is so good. Some great practical effects in this film, and yeah, if you want to talk Lovecraftian, this is one of the better Lovecraftian films out there, in my opinion. Okay, set up. After Sheriff Deputy Carter finds an injured man on the side of the road, he takes him to a hospital where chaos and insanity break out. And indeed it does. Oh boy, does it. Man, you guys, if you love Lovecraft, do you love Lovecraft like I love Lovecraft? You got to see this film, okay? That's all I'm saying. All right. The Chosen. Had not heard of this. Another 2017 film. Looks intriguing. Okay, that's what I'm going to say about this. Witness the life of Christ through ordinary people who connected with him through miracles and everyday interactions that changed the world. Sounds really intriguing. It's I guess it's 3 episodes, so it's kind of like a mini series, But it sound, all I can say is it sounds intriguing. I'm gonna watch it. We'll see what's up with that. And Galveston, 2018, pretty recent, kind of a recent film. Looked kind of intense, crime drama. You know, uh, I don't really know much about it, but it looks really. The acting looks, seems really great. I saw a trailer on YouTube. Got it on YouTube. I just usually go over to YouTube and catch a trailer if I'm wondering about one of these films. Once Upon a Time in Venice, 2017. Bruce Willis and his maybe I covered this crap. Got his dog there. Maybe I did. It's a comedy crime caper set in Venice. I believe I did. I don't know how that ended up there. That's kind of weird. Let's go to The Guardians, shall we? Well, it's called Guardians. I chose the English dub. I've seen this film, I believe. I'm going to verify that right now. 2017. Yeah. Yeah, of course they just have Guardians of the Galaxy. Give me a break, suckers. Yeah, they don't even put it in here. Let's do a proper search, shall we? Okay, more exact title matches. Maybe that's it. Take a look. Yes, this is it. Oh, come on. Get out of my fucking reality, orphan. Little orphan Annie there. All right, so here we go.
To search all of the former Soviet Union for the superhumans that can stop a supervillain?
Exactly right. These people are our only hope.
What's the name of the mission?
Guardians.
I saw you see the trailer.
We're all the same. Lair. Khan. Arsis. You want to know who did this to you? Come with us.
Rapid military attacks on Moscow continue.
Army turned out to be useless against the opposition forces.
All attempts to stop it ended up with a complete shutdown of any machinery.
Okay. I'm just gonna. it's a yeah. It's got almost 2.5 minute trailer. But in any case, I believe this is a Russian film, 2017. During the Cold War, an organization called Patriot created a superhero squad, which includes members of multiple Soviet republics. For years, the heroes had to hide their identities, but in hard times, they must show themselves again. I've seen this film. I liked it. Yeah, some of the stuff CGI looks very CGI. You know, okay, but it's very well paced. The action is great. I thought the story was very good. It's kind of I don't know, a bit of an X-Men type of thing. I like the bear guy. Of course, they have a bear. It's Russia, you know. So, in any case, well worth seeing. They have it subtitles and English dub. Okay, so there you go. 2017 Guardians. Next up, The Man Who Killed Don Quixote. Woohoo! 2018. And here we have Adam Driver and Jonathan Pryce in the lead roles. Olga Kurylenko is in there. Stellan Skarsgård. God, man. A world-weary executive meets a man who believes he truly is Don Quixote, who invites him on an adventure that combines fantasy and reality. Haven't seen it? Looks interesting. We will check it out. It's Terry Gilliam, and this is a film. I think this is another film Terry Gilliam had a lot of trouble making, if I am not mistaken. Like it took years to make this film, but it finally came out 2018. I was in Peru. It's one of those things, trying to see films kind of difficult, uh, a little bit. I mean, they do get the movies in theaters and stuff, but I just never saw this film, and I'm looking forward to seeing it. There you go. Office Uprising. Drink some Zolt Cola, will you? Because it's an action comedy horror film from 2018. Once again, God, we're hovering a lot. So many of these films, like 2017, 2018, action comedy horror. Office Uprising. After an employee at a weapons factory drinks an energy beverage that turns him and his co-workers into zombies, an all-out war begins. So there you go. That's what that is. Probably take a look. Swiped. Now, I'm not going to watch this film. 2018 says comedy, but I just wanted to bring this up because, as far as I'm concerned, this is exactly the wrong kind of ad you want in a film, unless you're targeting tweens. Okay, because if you just have a dork on the cover on a cell phone, smartphone, fart phone, whatever you want to call it, and everyone's looking dorky in the little thing. It's just flat. It is so flat. It doesn't inspire anything, folks. Do not do this. Okay, if you're ever gonna do a DVD cover or whatever film poster, key art, whatever the hell, don't do that. Don't do swiped. Do not do a swipe thing. It's just woo. That is just really lame. So it's gone. All right, here we go with 2017, The Villainous. Now this one looks very interesting and quite Asian, really. Let's take a look at it. Woo, Asian hottie. Let's see. An ex-assassin with a body count to rival her peers goes through hellish retribution when she tries to extract herself from her violent, cold past. Don't they always? But in any case, this looks interesting. Haven't seen the trailer. I will be watching the trailer. There is also a subtitled version. You can watch the English dub or subtitled. I noticed that, so that's pretty cool. All right, Unplanned 2019. A lot of controversy with this film drama. Here we go. Description: the young director of a Planned Parenthood clinic who aims to help women witnesses something that makes her question a woman's right to choose. Very interesting. It caused just a shit ton of controversy, as I recall, and I look forward to seeing this film. So that's all I'm going to say about that. The Vault. This is a kind of crime caper ghost story. I've seen it. I liked it. It's kind of weird. It, you know, I mean, it's kind of low budget. James Franco's in it. The acting is good. I thought it was good. I thought the story was good. Everything. It's worth seeing. That's all I'm gonna say. If you like crime dramas, crime capers, bank robbery films, you should see it. If you like strange supernatural ghost story type stuff, you should see it. Description: forced by desperate circumstances, two sisters rob a bank and are given instructions to check out an old vault where something dark resides. There you go. Absolutely. The vault. Okay, let's go. Stockholm. 2018 again. All right. This one it absolutely just added. Hadn't seen this before. Put that on pause. Stockholm 2018. Based on the absurd but true 1973 bank heist and hostage crisis in Sweden, documented in The New Yorker as the origin of Stockholm Syndrome. So there you go. Stockholm, starring Ethan Hawke, Noomi Rapace, Mark Strong. Looks very interesting. I'm gonna give it a watch. I don't know. I'm gonna have to see a trailer. I think I saw a trailer to that, but it looks interesting. Black Sun. This one is. I mean, I love Tubi because they get some of these kind of obscure foreign films that you would otherwise never see, and some of them turn out to be just fantastic. Okay, let's take a look at this one. Black Sun, 2017. It's a Serbian film set in the Balkans in the late 1920s interwar period. A string of high crimes lead two police inspectors into an underbelly of political corruption. It looks great. It looks very noir. It's just I'm a sucker for that stuff. So I'm absolutely gonna watch this. Let's see, season one. Oh, apparently it's got maybe it was a mini series. It's got 3 episodes. It looks very interesting. That's all I'm going to say. I'm going to check it out. The Domestics, you got to check this out. It is damn good. 2018. It's another. They take some political jabs in this film. It's snappy. It's funny. The acting is great. It's kind of like what a lot of people will, think about now, like, oh my God, we could be going into a civil war or something. So if you considered that possibility, you've got to see this film, The Domestics. Here it is. In a post-apocalyptic world ruled by murderous gangs, Nina and Mark frantically race across the lawless countryside in search of safety and survival. So as they're going across country, they show the map too. I mean, it's funny. It can be pretty gruesome, but I think it's a kind of a horror comedy kind of thing. But they show the map, like as they're driving, like you see the U.S. map, they're going through a state, and like so, there's various gangs, you know, different kinds of gangs with weird, origins and what they are and so forth. I think there's like an all lesbian gang, stuff like that. There may be something like a Ku Klux Klan kind of gang, but they're kind of mutants, stuff like that. And so, yes, absolutely worth seeing. I loved it. I'll probably watch it again. The Domestics. Next up, 2018, Terminal. Now, I did see this film, and I'm not going to say it was a good film. However, if you love really great cinematography and lighting, you gotta see this film. That is the plus for Terminal. Description: a mystery inside a train terminal ensnares a dying teacher, two assassins on a mission, an enigmatic janitor, and a waitress leading a double life. Okay, of course, Margot Robbie, Simon Pegg, Mike Myers, Dexter Fletcher, Max Irons. It's worth watching just to look at it. I wasn't that crazy about the actual story, eh, but man, does it look good, folks! Wow. Next up, 2017, Mayhem. Yes, I've seen this and I recommend it. Description: the pent up rage in an office is unleashed with the spread of a mysterious airborne virus that pits the last two uninfected against their coworkers. It's funny. Definitely. The action is good. There's some great suspense, mayhem. It's the whole office hierarchy type of deal, and I think it works very well the way that they do it. It was quite a hoot, really. Okay, I put I Kill Giants on here because I don't know anything about it. I'm not going to watch it. I don't think it looks very much like a young adult style kind of thing, and it. Okay, I don't even. What is young adult, anyways? What the hell does that mean? Because look, if you're 18, you're a young adult. If you're 19, you're a young adult. If you're 20, you're a young adult. 21, young adult. If you're 17, you're a minor. You're not an adult. You are not a freaking adult. Okay, so I don't know what they target in reality young adult for, because anybody that is less than 18 years of age is a minor. Okay, they're not a young adult. No such thing. But in any case, it does seem like that it is a young adult tween kind of, the target audience kind of deal. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So in any case, that's that, and that ends the to be list, folks. I hope this kind of inspired you to check out some of these films. I mean, you can see them all on Tubi, all free right now. Just go to tubitv.com, and get your. If you don't have an account, make your account, then start, doing your own little list. And there's some really great films they've just added that are, well worth checking out. Ones I've seen, I can tell you that I can recommend. Ones that I haven't that look intriguing. Okay, that's all I'm gonna say about that. But it's a great diversity of films that Tubi gets that is really cool. Look, Tubi used to be truly independent. They were bought by Fox. Okay, that's what happened. But I don't know, the people running the show, it seems like it's the same pretty much. Since they've been bought by Fox, there's seems like they're doing the same thing. I've noticed a kind of a drop in very low budget films. Like they used to get a lot more very low budget sci-fi and horror films, you know. So yeah, I think there are less of those, but they're still getting, a pretty good helping of what you would call quote unquote low budget films, and a very wide selection in my opinion. So there you go, friends. That's the Tubi lineup for August 19th, 2022, and please check them out at tubitv.com. And until next time, I'll check you later.